This is Water Valley Blue Devil Classic Football. This game features the Water Valley Blue Devils and the Okolona Chieftains. The game was played on October 3rd, 2003 at Okolona. The final score was Water Valley 21, Okolona 0. And now here's Doug Carter and Lane Hart.
Okolona wins the toss, and they're going to defer to the second half. So the Blue Devils will get the ball first here on offense coming out to start the football game. And
well, the thing is, Doug, now, you know, Water Valley's going to get the ball here to start the game. And you don't want to be sloppy. You know, you don't want no motion penalties, don't want to be putting the ball on the ground. You know, you've got to come out and take control of the game, because this Okolona team is hungry, and then they're still playing for that bottom half of the playoff spots. So these games, as a coach, as a coaching staff, these games like this, they worry you to death. When you come off a big win against a pretty good powerhouse football team like you did last Friday night, and you come here and you supposedly play a team that's a little bit inferior to you, to a coaching staff, it is worrisome. It is worrisome because you so worry so much about the emotional letdown, and because this is a, man, you got to play this game, and I've said it all year long. You've got to play the game of football with intensity and emotion.
And the Blue Devils played last week against Ackerman with both of those.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
If they can continue that effort tonight and that height of emotional intensity,
I think Coach,
look out, Okolona.
I think Coach Drury wants some. And I don't mean to compare him to a college team, but for example, Miami Hurricanes. You know, their team has a trademark. Like when they hit the field, they kind of got a little swagger to them, a little not so much cockiness, but just confidence. And Coach Drury wants this team to bring that kind of attitude on the field every Friday night. Not a cocky attitude, but a confident attitude, an excited attitude, enthused attitude.
Back deep to receive for the Blue Devils. Number 3, Pierre Allen. Number 28, Rico Gillard. And number 10, Charlie Edwards. Number 54 set to kick it off, number 41, James, set to kick it off for the Chieftains. We're watching him in pregame warm-ups, has a pretty good foot. And there goes the whistle, and this thing is about to get underway. And he gets a foot into it, drives it straight down the field. It's going to go to Charlie Edwards at about the 19-yard line. Edwards moves it up the field looking for running room. Is going to be able to advance it to almost the 40-yard line before he's finally brought down by Chieftain defenders. And that's where the Blue Devils will take over first and 10. Well, excuse me, make that the 35-yard line. Ball resting on about just inside the 35. Blue Devils will take over first and 10 with Antonio Johnson, your sophomore quarterback.
And Doug, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, from this point on, with the result of last week's game, you know, and unless he gets hurt, you know, Antonio may be the man now to carry it out the rest of the way.
Allen at fullback, Gillard at the tailback slot. They give it to Gillard. Gillard looking for running room, and he is in a hole up the middle, still on his feet into the Chieftain territory at the 47-yard line. And boy, I'll tell you what, Lane, when Rico Gillard gets the ball, he knocks off big chunks of yardage.
Well, and I think too, finally and I don't know how to, you know, maybe it's the chemistry between him and Pierre both, and then the offensive line, you're starting to kind of see that cohesiveness start to work. It takes a little while, you know, to get adjusted. You as a running back have to get a feel for your offensive line, just as they have to get a feel for you.
18-yard gain there. Give it again to Gillard, this time over the left side. Gillard still on his feet, takes it across the 45, down to about the 43-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the play. Call it second down and 6.
Here early on this possession, it looks like the Blue Devil offensive line has done what we talked about in the opening. They've come out and taken control of the line of scrimmage.
Brandon Hawkins right, Charlie Edwards left. Once again, they give it to Gillard. Gillard looking for running room, and he's tackled in the backfield there by number 77 for the Chieftains for about a yard loss. Back to the 44-yard line of the Chieftains. Bring up a third down and 7.
Penetration, Doug, penetration. Anytime you get penetration in the backfield, that just disrupts your whole timing of play.
Third down now and about 7. Hawkins and James Johnson, your wideouts. Johnson gives it to Gillard. Gillard straight up the middle, and he takes it down inside the 40 to about the 39, where it's going to be 4th down and short. And Coach Drury got an interesting decision here to make early.
I think he's going to go for it.
4th down and about 3.
The key is you can't let the penetration get in the backfield like it happened on that second down play just a few minutes ago.
4th down and 3 now for the Blue Devils. They give it to Gillard. Gillard looking for a running room over the right side, and he's dropped or lost at the 40. Ball goes over on down to the Chieftains at their own 41-yard line.
Penetration, Doug. Well, that's about 2 out of the last 3 plays where Okolona got penetration into the backfield.
Chieftains now come out on offense. Full house set in the backfield. Oh, solid hit there, but he's still on his feet before the remainder of the Devil defenders get there to drag him down. That was number 11 on the carry.
Doug, if I'm not mistaken, Albert Horton's going to be wearing number 69 tonight. I believe I heard someone saying before the game that he left his jersey at home. So I'm going to go under the assumption that Albert Horton's number 69.
All righty. 2nd down and 10 after no gain on the play. Straight ahead on the run.
Number 41.
That's 41. That's James on the carry. Takes it ahead over the 45 up to about the 46. That'll bring up a 3rd down now and about 4 for the Chieftains.
I tell you, I haven't seen any film on Okolona. This is my first look at Okolona as far as on the field. And the first thing that jumps out at me is they've got some size up front on that offensive line. They should match up pretty good size-wise with the Blue Devil defensive front.
3rd and 6. They hand it off to that's James again. James is into Blue Devil territory, tackled down at about the 37-yard line, and that's enough for a Chieftain 1st down.
That's just what Coach Drury is concerned about, Doug. Blue Devils looking a little bit flat right here early going, and Okolona's just bringing it to them right now.
1st and 10 Chieftains from the Devil 37. Quarterback option. Tackle from behind there by number 57, Big Josh Sims. Gain of about 2 on the play. Call it 2nd and 8. 7:45 and counting here in the first period of play. Blue Devils took the opening possession, drove down to the Okolona 40 and lost it on a 4th and 3. Chieftains now with the ball into Blue Devil territory. They give us the number 32 over the right side. Down inside the 35 to about the 33. Gain of a couple on the play.
Problem was
3rd down now. 3rd down and about 6.
there where it says recording is down in the boards, and I can't see it, and I think it's here. Turn it off.
Crucial 3rd down here for the Devil defense.
It is, Doug. According to what they gain on this play, is going to probably decide what Okolona does on 4th down.
Penalty marker on the play.
Flag on the play.
See who the call's on. Illegal procedure against the Chieftains is a call.
And Doug, I didn't see anybody flinch, but one thing I did see is the quarterback did a pretty good pretty good exaggeration of a head bob. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but then that could be where that penalty came in from. Or somebody over there on that far side by the side judge could have been the one to flinch there. That's a big penalty now. It brings up 3rd and long.
3rd and 9. Give it to a hole up through the middle. That's number 11. He breaks it to the outside with some speed. Penalty marker on the play.
It's coming back. The wide out for Okolona was holding.
Penalty marker on the play. 11 scores, but they're going to bring it back.
Now the question is, it's going to be marked off from the spot of the foul. They still could have the 1st down even after the penalty's marked off.
Spot of the fouls at a 15. That brings the ball all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1st down.
And that's enough for a Chieftain 1st down.
I tell you, man, what the Blue Devil coaches have got to be concerned, Doug. They've got to be concerned. Okolona has they have all the momentum. Okolona's marching this ball down the field, and the last thing you need is for Okolona to punch this thing in here, and especially when you're on the road.
Full house backfield now, 1st and 10 from the 25. Penalty marker on the play.
I think it had an offensive lineman jump.
I believe that was the case. Back judge threw that particular penalty procedure against the Chieftains. That'll back them up 5 yards. 1st and 15 now from the 30.
Illegal motion against the Chieftains.
Send a man in motion. Try to give the 1st man through his option. Pitches back, penalty marker on the play. Read real well, the Devil defense strings it out, and there's no gain, or minimal gain at the most.
Rob Elliott carried the ball.
I tell you what, Doug, that's about as well as you can play an option right there. Water Valley did a pretty good job of playing that. They strung it out real well for a minimal gain. I think that signal is going to be either illegal procedure or illegal motion.
Penalty was against the Chieftains.
Yeah, I think you say, well, maybe you want to decline this penalty because they didn't really gain nothing. Bring up 2nd and 15. I think you take it back. You got to try to get the field position back in your favor because Okolona's come out here. They've kind of flipped the field on you a little bit. Now it's about 1st down, about 20.
1st and 20 for the Chieftains. And now there seems to be some discussion amongst the officials about something.
In the backfield for the Chieftains, entry board quarterback. Gerald Rowe is running back. Rob Elliott and Sherrod Bowens.
I think it was just a discussion of exactly where the ball is supposed to be spotted. Evidently they got it worked out now.
1st and 20 now for the Chieftains from the Blue Devil 35-yard line. Oh, I don't know whether that was a missed count or what, but the quarterback just got hammered.
Well, the center went on 1. I think the rest of the offensive line went on 2.
Loss of 2 on that play.
Lost a couple of yards there.
And so you say, well, how is that not offsides? If the center snaps the ball, the play has started. I think Okolona called timeout here, Doug.
Sherrod Bowens carries the ball.
And on a 2nd down and 22, Moses carries the ball, and he's not back for a loss back to about the 39-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and about 25.
This be be careful of any kind of trick play or reverse. don't really know the kicking game situation for Okolona, but I would think that if you hold them here, you definitely got them out of field goal range for sure. But you need to kind of watch for any trick play. Just be aware.
Man in motion. It's James. Quarterback option, looking to pitch, and there. Oh, and the ball's loose. And I believe the Blue Devils came up with it.
Fumble on the play.
Boy, that was. I think they're giving it to what? Okay, I think it's Blue Devil ball.
Yeah, they're giving it to the Blue Devils.
There was a mix-up on the play or something. It was supposed to be the option play to this side, and the quarterback wanted to pitch it, but he couldn't pitch it because his pitch back was right there with him. There was no pitch relationship there. And then I don't know what he was thinking when he right at the last minute just flipped it up. I guess he was trying to flip it on out there forward to him, and it led to disaster. Now that's why you keep taking the penalties and keep pushing them back, because now you've got the football in great field position.
1st and 10 Blue Devils at their own 38. They give it to Allen, and Allen is stuffed at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Tell you too, that's got to be a concern for Water Valley too. Okolona's made some kind of adjustment up front, and they've started sniffing out this play, and they've kind of stuffed the Water Valley running game here early.
2nd and 10 now for the Blue Devils. Antonio Johnson on the quarterback option. Ball's on the ground. And who's got the ball? Okolona ball as they recover the fumble. First and 10 going the other way now for the Chieftains at the Blue Devil 43. And Lane, you're right, we're flatter than a rock.
It's lack of focus. We talked about it last week and against Ackerman. When you start to feel the contact, you got to protect the football. Anthony's got to put it away.
First and 10 now, Chieftains from the Blue Devil 43. To about the 40, gain of about 3 on the play. Second down now and 7. Number 11 on the carry. Takes it down to close to the 30-yard line. They're marking it about the 32.
It's a first down. Tell you, Okolona's having real good success running over here on this, which would be the right side of the Blue Devil defense. Getting great blocking over here by the offensive line, and they're just shoving Water Valley off the ball.
First and 10 for the Chieftains now from the 32. 2 on the carry. Nice pursuit there by Charlie Edwards, along with Albert Horton, dropping him for a loss.
Well, that's a good job by the defense to force that run and to force. I think the play was designed to be more of a quick hitter, but the Devil defense got good penetration and forced that running back wide. And like you said, Charlie and them did a real good job of coming up and making the tackle.
Second down now at about 15. 1:53 to go in the first quarter. Nothing your score.
Once again, I think Okolona jumped off sides or illegal motion.
Procedure against the Chieftains.
That's That's a procedure penalty.
2nd and 20 now. Second and 20 now. Man in motion. Quick pass, almost intercepted.
Yeah, it's a nice little play call there. He had him right there in the seam, and he just threw it just a little bit too hard. Just need a little bit more touch on that. They may have had a play there.
3rd down now and 20. Pressure on the quarterback. He gets the throw, and anyway, it's incomplete. Shannon Crow was all over the quarterback, but couldn't wrap him up.
Well, that's once again, you got to keep, tip your hat to the Blue Devil defense. Okolona got the ball off the turnover in great field position, but the Blue Devils even actually pushed him back a little bit, along with the help of a couple of motion penalties. But other than that, I tell you, Okolona's had success at moving the football, but they've had some penalties at some crucial moments.
4th down now and 20. Punt is off. High kick. That's Pierre Allen taking it to the sideline. Up the sideline he goes. One man to beat. Look out, he's gone.
Got a flag down.
Got a flag down back along the sideline over there, though. He may have stepped out of bounds. Let's see what the flag is for.
It's going to probably be a block in the back.
We'll see what the exactly what the call is. Very likely it's going to come back.
Either block in the back or maybe a clip. Yep, they're going to bring it back.
Yep, it's going to come back. Illegal block at the back by the Blue Devils. That's going to take the ball all the way back to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 Blue Devils from the 28. Excuse me. Get the ball to Gillard that time.
I tell you, Doug, I'm really impressed with Okolona's defense, especially against the run here early. They're doing a pretty good job of although that was a gain of about 4, but past couple of possessions, they've done a pretty good job of pretty much stuffing that run of Water Valley.
Give it to Gillard. Gillard looking for room. He breaks it out to the outside. Into Chieftain territory at the 49-yard line.
Tell you one thing I saw Rico did right there that I really liked when he took the handoff and he broke it out here to this right side. He switched hands. You notice that, Doug? He put the ball over in the outside arm. That way it would make it at least a little bit more difficult for the defense to knock the ball away. Coming up on 13 seconds now to go in the first quarter. If they get this one off, this will be the last play of the first quarter. Water Valley now got a little momentum going here.
What should be the last play of the quarter. Handed off to Gillard. Gillard looking for running room. And he's tackled for no gain at midfield. We'll take a break. You're watching Blue Devil football. Second down now. Second down and about 11. For the Blue Devils here. At their own 49.
We start the second quarter with 2nd and 11 for Water Valley.
Give it to Allen. Pierre Allen looking for some running room, straight up the middle. Takes it down into Chieftain territory at about the 47.5-yard line. 3rd down and 7.
Pretty good run there by Pierre. Once again, though, it looked like somehow or another, and we're not real high up, so it's hard to see, but somehow or another, it seems just like on about every other play, Okolona's stunning or shooting a gap, and they're getting penetration in that backfield.
Pitch it back to Pierre Allen, looking for running room over the left side, and he stopped down inside the 45 at about the 43. Fourth and 3 now from the 43.
Well, once again, Coach Drury's going to roll the dice here a little bit. I'm a little bit surprised he don't try to punt this thing away and maybe pin them deep and get a turnover because of what happened on the last fourth down play.
Go to a double tight end set, I formation in the backfield.
Play action pass would be ideal. Look at the whole middle of the field. It's wide open. This is going to probably be a motion penalty on Water Valley. It's going to back him up, and I think you'll definitely see him punt it away in. But I'm going to tell you something, Doug. Okolona was sitting prime suspect for a play action pass because they had walked about 10 people up in the box, and the whole middle of the field behind the linebackers was wide open. And if you could have got some kind of a hot route back behind that first wave of linebackers, you could have had a big play. But now with the penalty, you can't do that now. You got to punt it away.
4th and 8. Edwards to kick from about his own 42. Gets a foot into it, drives it over toward the far sideline, and it's going to roll dead and be down by the Blue Devils down around the 20-yard line, looks like. We'll take a break and be right back. All right, 1st and 10 Okolona, and there's a penalty flag on the play before we ever get started.
I tell you what, the one thing that both coaches for Okolona and Water Valley can't be happy is the penalty flags. We talked about that beginning of the game is unnecessary penalties, like lining up all sides, jumping off sides, illegal motion, false start, those kind of penalties. That kind of indicates to me that the focus of the players, both teams, might not quite be where they need to be. They might not be sharp.
1st and 15 now for the Chieftains from their own 15. Breaks it in the open, and he is tackled up at about the 24-yard line.
So he gained the penalty yardage back plus about 3. So that's an 8-yard gain.
Leaves you with 2nd down and about 7.
I can understand. I can see where Coach Drury, he mentioned to me in the middle of the week that at least their skill people were very athletic, and he's absolutely right. They've got some quick little old backs.
Looking for running room, and the double defense swarms on them. Tackled at about the 27.
Big play coming up here now, Doug. Excuse me.
3rd and about 4.
Need to get a hold here to try to force Okolona to punt deep in their own territory.
Third and 4 now. And penetration into the backfield, and he has nowhere to go.
Now on that play there, that was good focus. That was good concentration there on Water Valley on defense. I say we do have a flag down, but they tried to draw Water Valley off sides with the hard count or maybe going on 2. Water Valley held their ground. They didn't jump. Looks like it's going to be a face mask against the Blue Devils.
Face mask against Water Valley.
Crucial penalty there, Doug. You had them stopped. Would have been 4th and about 5. They would have had to punt from about their own 15 But now you extend the drive, you give them a face mask penalty, and they'll repeat third down.
It's going to be third at about a yard.
Third and about 1 yard.
Once again, you got to watch for the hard count.
And there's nothing there.
It's all going to depend on the spot. It's going to be close.
Gerard Mullins carries the ball. No
Now, once again, we're not very high, but the ball is sitting, looks like the nose of the ball is sitting on the 30, and he's going to be short. No gain. Good job there by the defense, though, forcing that punt.
Fourth down now, less than a yard. Watch maybe for a fake here.
Ron James back to punt.
One man back. And that's Charlie Edwards. Gets the punt off. Edwards going to catch it at about his 40. Breaks it to the outside. Penalty marker.
Charlie Edwards carries the ball. And he's
Probably going to be a block in the back or a clip. One rule of thumb, Doug. Here's the rule. If you are a blocker on the punt return team or the kickoff team or a kick return team, if you can read your opponent's number, if you can read his back number off the back of his jersey, don't hit him. In other words, if you're going in there for a block and you see the back number on that jersey, then you better not hit him, because it's going to be a clip or a block in the back.
And after the penalty is assessed, it's going to move the Blue Devils back all the way to their 32-yard line.
brings the ball back to
We'll make it to 31.
31-yard line.
Well, the Blue Devils will take over first and 10.
Doug, I think, and I don't know if you'll see it here on this, with the position of the ball, field position anyway, but I think in order for Water Valley to get Okolona back off the ball, in other words, if you'll look at the way they're lined up now, look at how many people they've got up on the line of scrimmage. They are committed to stopping the run. Now, the only way you're going to loosen that up is to complete a few passes.
And
just like that.
Just like that to Charlie Edwards, complete down the field, and he's tackled down at about the 42-yard line of the Okolona Chieftains.
That's just a really not even a two-step drop. Quarterback just takes a snap and hits that hot route. And that's what they're going to have to do. If you got to back these linebackers up, you got to get all these people off the ball so you can get your running game going. And the only way you're going to do that is to loosen it up. And you do that by throwing the football.
First and 10 now at the Chieftain 43. They give it to Pierre Allen. Allen gets it down maybe to the 41.
He's tackled by Jimmy Barr.
Official timeout on the field. We got an injured player down. We'll take a break and be right back. All right, we're back now as they get Matt Jackson up on his feet and help him off the field there.
He's gingerly on that left leg, Doug. From best I could tell, it looked like they were looking at his left knee. He's pretty much under his own power now, and hopefully he just twisted it a little bit, maybe just kind of hung up, and they'll probably sit him out. With 7:15 now to go in the first half, they'll probably sit him out the rest of the half, maybe ice it and then reevaluate it at halftime.
Second down now and 8 for the Blue Devils. Single back in the backfield, and that's Pierre Allen. Pitch it back. Penalty marker comes in late.
Tell you what, Water Valley cannot get anything going on the ground. Unbelievable pursuit by Okolona's defense. Their defensive front's playing about as good as they've probably played all year, to be honest with you. They're doing a great job of reading and getting penetration.
I don't know who this is against. Evidently it's against Water Valley. The officials talking to illegal block in the back. Decline.
I'm a little bit surprised they declined that ball. That would have been a big penalty right there, but they're going to take the loss. You had a loss on the play, so they're going to take the play and bring up third down now in about 11.
Third and 11 for the Blue Devils. Gillard and Allen in the backfield. Edwards, your lone receiver, to the right. Johnson back to receive. Oh, where did thank you, referee. It's about time. He had his hands all over him down there, Brandon Hawkins. Pass interference.
Well, from where we were, Doug, it definitely looked like that they got tangled up, and maybe the defensive back may have held up Water Valley's receiver. I think the argument from Okolona's standpoint, from their coaching staff, is because the flag came in so late. I think the reason why the official threw it so late is because you had an official downfield that was a lot closer to the play, and I think he was kind of waiting on him to throw the flag, and then that official wasn't going to call nothing, and so the other official threw it in there.
See what the call is going to be. It's going to be against Okolona.
It's yeah, okay. Defensive holding. I think that's going to be. Well, I'm not sure exactly the yardage, but if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be an automatic first down.
Defensive holding is the call. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
That brings up third.
I thought it was an automatic first down, but evidently you just repeat the down.
Third and short here now. Third and about a yard. They give it to Gillard. Gillard breaks it into the open break. Rico Gillard is going to score. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Barring any yellow hankies, I don't see any. Put it on the board.
Well, Doug, that's kind of the flip side of when you do what Okolona's been doing. When you walk all those people up to the line of scrimmage, all you got to do really is if you're a running back is just break that first wave of defense. And if you get behind them, then there's nobody else back there to defend it, and that's what happened. Rico was able to break out there behind that initial defensive pressure and walked into the end zone.
Drake Dickey on for the extra point. Dickey delivers. It's 7-0. Blue Devils. We'll be back with the kickoff after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. Number 8, Derek Croy, set to kick it off for the Blue Devils from about the 40. 7-0 your score in favor of the Blue Devils. As Rico Gillard scores from about 34 yards out. Croy gets a foot in it. Low line driving kick. Hits the ball and is missed and then picked up. Looking for a running lane, and he is wrestled down finally at about the 25-yard line.
26, 27-yard line.
First and 10 now for the Chieftains from their own 27-yard line. Oh my goodness, big Josh Sims got a hold of him and wrestled him down.
Oh, that particular play there, Water Valley was able to get defensive penetration, and that's a big play. Now, that's a loss of about 4 now. It brings up second down and 14. So if you can get a 3 and out here, you should get the football in pretty decent field position. We've just went under 4 minutes and counting to go in the first half.
Defensive line might want to pin their ears back here again and come get him. Second down and 13. Goes the other way. He's held up by Pierre Allen, and then the help arrives. Fumble on the play, but they're going to blow it dead.
Jimmy Barr carries the ball.
Gain of about 4 yards. Gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. Bring up third down. Third and 10 now from the 26. Man in motion. Oh, and he can't hold on to it. He had him open.
Yeah, Doug, he had him open, Doug, but I think it was pretty well defended. I think if he even makes that catch, he probably makes it for about a 5 or 6 yard gain. Of course, you know, we'll never know, but nevertheless, good job there by the Devil defense. And also what that does, Doug, with the incomplete pass, that stops the clock.
2:55 to go in the first half. Fourth down now and 10. And Okolona forced a punt. Edwards should get the ball back at about his 45-yard line. Snap is back, kick is off. Ball hits at about the 46, and that's where it's going to be downed at, the 46-yard line. Blue Devils take over first and 10.
Josh Purpose downs the ball. Ball on about the Water Valley 46.
Still got plenty of time now, Doug, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Water Valley has all 3 of their timeouts. You know, if they want to try to put another score on the board.
First and 10 from their own 46. Brandon Hawkins a wide right. Gillard and Allen in the backfield. Johnson rolls. Quick pass for Allen. Now, did he have it? Nope, they're saying he was out of bounds.
Well, it's incomplete because he was out of bounds.
Tell you what, that's pretty good recognition there by Antonio. Actually, he had 2 men open. He had Charlie Edwards too, also a little bit deeper down the field, open on the same kind of pattern, but it was down about the 25-yard line. So don't be surprised if they don't come back with that.
Second and 10. Johnson, quarterback draw around the right end, penalty marker down.
Watson carries the ball, but there's a penalty mark on the play.
Johnson takes it down to about the 30.
Generally, when that's thrown from the referee, that's going to be a holding.
Probably going to come back. Holding against the Blue Devils is a call.
Holding against Water Valley.
After the penalty is marked off, it goes all the way back to the Blue Devil 40.
Ball on the Water Valley 40.
Second down now and about 16.
16.
Back to Pierre Allen, looking for running room.
Allen carries the ball.
Gets it back up to almost the original line of scrimmage. Gain of about 6. Called it 5.
Rod Heavy.
2:06 and counting in the first half. 7-0 Blue Devils.
Second, third, and about 12.
Give it to Gillard. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Gain of about a yard on the play.
Michael Wilson also in on that play.
Well, it's going to force Water Valley to punt, and punting is definitely the right decision here with 1:18 and counting.
Spencer and Murray back to receive the punt.
Charlie Edwards back in punt formation now on a 4th and 11. Snap a little low. Edwards gets it off. Ball goes down and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls. And finally down by the Blue Devils. Deep down. Here comes penalty markers in. I think he had a little downfield tussling going on.
Looks like it's going to go against Okolona. Tell you, Water Valley got a good roll out of that punt, Doug. Just best I can tell, looks like the ball was down almost at about the 10, and this is really going to back Okolona up if this is against them. It's going to be after the play. It's a dead ball foul, so you mark that penalty off from the end of the play. So Okolona is going to be forced to start this drive. Looks, best I can tell, going to be
inside the 5.
Yeah, just inside the 5. So they really don't need to afford a mistake here.
52 seconds to go in the half. 7-zip Blue Devils. Okolona ball 1st and 10 on their own 4. Looking for running room, and oh my goodness. They're going to give him forward progress to, well, they're going to call him down back close to the goal line.
For some reason or another, they stopped the clock.
Almost spotted on about the half a yard line.
I don't understand this, Doug. I really don't. The clock, okay, now they're winding the clock. For whatever reason, they stopped the clock. Now they're just now starting it.
2nd down now, and ooh.
I mean, that ball is just
on the goal line.
Looks about right at the 1.
Oh my goodness, a good play there by Shannon Crow as he stepped up and stuffed the runner coming into the hole. He didn't get a whole lot.
A little bit surprised Water Valley. Okay, now Water Valley's calling for a timeout.
Timeout, Blue Devils. We'll take a break and be back. You're watching Blue Devil football. $15 seconds to go. It's 3rd down and about 20 with the ball resting inside the 1.
Who carries the ball?
And another timeout's called. It's going to be Blue Devils timeout.
Water Valley calls timeout.
All right, now with that timeout being called right there, Doug, I'm led to believe that they're going to come after this punt.
Oh, yeah. That should be all of Water Valley's timeouts, too, I think.
They may, you're right, they definitely use 2 right here on this drive, but they may have 1 left. I'm not sure, but that Water Valley may have 1 left.
Depending on what kind of punt here, you may have time enough to call timeout and set up a field goal.
Well, I think here with 8 seconds to go, I think you come after the punt. You try to get the block, and so even if you do block and it rolls out of the back of the end zone, that's going to be a safety. I think that's the reason why they call the timeout is maybe to try to get some kind of pressure and block the punt. Now, the one thing you have to be careful of, though, don't rough the punter.
And the punter has to be careful and not step out of the back of the end zone.
That's right. He's going to be punting right from the back of his end zone, so you can have a bad snap.
And he gets it off.
That's a good job there by Okolona.
Time is going to expire.
That's a good job there. When you're in that situation, you're punting out of your own end zone, all you do is just catch it and kick it. You don't worry about where it goes, just catch it and kick it.
And that is at halftime, it's 7-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. Derek Croy set to kick it off. 7-0 is your score.
You know, Doug, we were talking here before the break about all the penalties for both teams in the first half. But, you know, if you're Okolona, you come out here to start the second half and you look at the score, you know, you're only a touchdown, extra point down. You're very much in this football game to begin the second half.
Croy gets a strong foot in it, take it at the 5-yard line. And Albert Horton corrals him up at around the 20.
Ball's on the 19.
I think it's real important here now that the Blue Devil defense come out and really establish themselves, especially up front on that offensive line. Okolona's had pretty good success tonight running the football. And hopefully Coach Drury and his staff made some adjustments at the half to at least maybe try to get some penetration in that backfield. And boy, this is what you hate to see if you're Okolona. Come out to start your first possession of the second half, and 6 seconds has run off the clock, and you're already having to burn a timeout.
We'll take this timeout, and we'll be back right after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. Number 32 on the ball with a carry, breaks it out, and he is corralled at about the 25 by Russell Phillips and friends.
That's a good gain there, Doug, on first down. That's a gain of 5 yards.
2nd and 4. Takes it up just across the 30, which should be enough for a first down.
Yeah, just the option play there. Quarterback kept it and able to pick up the first down. I think that's going to be crucial for Okolona to try to get some of the field position back, because they started on their own 19, and the way you do that is by picking up first downs.
First and 10, Okolona from the 31.
Well, Water Valley had a player jump, number 54, I think that's Stephen Hill. He jumped, and then Okolona jumped too, so let's see who they call it on. They're going to catch Okolona, I think.
Procedure against the Chieftains.
Illegal motion on the Chieftains.
Ball goes back to the 26. 1st and 15. Looking for running room, and he's stuffed over at the line of scrimmage.
On the carry.
Josh Sims, and along with Charlie Edwards over there to make the stop.
No gain on the play.
Second down now and about 15. Quarterback option, and he is wrestled down by number 54. That's Stephen Hill.
I see, Doug, that penalty is really coming into effect now. You just picked up the first down. You had 1st and 10 at about the 30 or about the 32. And now because of the penalty and 2 real good defensive plays by Water Valley, you got 3rd and 15 on about the 20, in between the 26 and the 27. So that 5-yard penalty really now coming back to haunt Okolona, unless they can convert here.
Full house backfield, 1 man in motion. Quarterback option. And he's run out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
So that's a good gain. It's a real good gainer, but because you had 3rd and 15, you know, makes a big difference. Now Okolona's forced to a fourth and about 6 yards now. Looks like they're going to send the punting team on.
Fourth down about 4. James back to punt. He'll punt from about his own 29. Kick is away and he shanked it. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of the Blue Devils. 1st and 10, Water Valley.
So now if you're Water Valley now, you're coming out on offense. You got great field position now because of the poor punt by Okolona, so you got to capitalize on that.
First and 10 Blue Devils from the 45. Johnson under pressure, tucks it, and just goes out of bounds after a gain of a couple. Gained about a yard.
Well, he was under pretty intense pressure. Okolona had a defender come in untouched. Good job by Antonio of dodging the sack, and actually he did a smart thing. He just, he tucked it under and turned it upfield, got what he could get, and he wound up gaining a yard on the play. Whereas if it had gotten sacked, it would have been a loss of about 8.
2nd and 8 now from the 47. Johnson, and he's dropped for a loss back at the 43-yard line for number 31.
Tell you what though, you gotta tip your hat to Okolona's defense. They've pretty much kind of slowed Water Valley's offense down. Now Water Valley's forced them down into about a 3rd and 13.
Third down and 12. Johnson rolls, has a receiver wide open, and Pierre Allen dropped the ball.
And Doug, he had the first down easy. He makes that catch, and he may ramble on for a touchdown. But like you said, ball a little bit underthrown, thrown a little bit low, and Pierre couldn't hold on. Now, if you ask Pierre, he should have caught the ball. Now it forces Water Valley into a 4th down situation here.
4th and 12 for the Blue Devils. From the 44.
Charlie Edwards to punt for Water Valley.
Moore, the quarterback, deep. Snap, gets it away. Driving kick. Hits it about the rolls. And Brandon Hawkins.
Excuse me, Doug. That's a poor decision there by the return man for Okolona. And if he bobbles that ball, that could have been devastating. And nevertheless, he picks it up and tries to return it. And he's tackled on about I can't see the ball. Yeah, it looks to be about the 13-yard line. Man, that really wasn't a very smart play by the return man for Okolona.
1st and 10 from the 13 for the Okolona Chieftains. 7:28 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 7-0 Blue Devils. Straight ahead. Off the right side. Up to about the 17, 18-yard line. Gain of about 5.
Seems like tonight, Doug, that Okolona's had the most success as far as running the football is when they come to their left side, which would be the right side of the Blue Devil defense. That seems to be where they've had most of their success. Still, though, on first down, that's a good gain of about 5.
2nd and 6.
And now Okolona's had to burn another timeout, and we're not even halfway through the third quarter. That leaves them 1 to go in the game.
Six, and the play was stuffed at the line of scrimmage for little or no gain. Matter of fact, there was a loss on the play. Back up to about a 3rd down now and about a long 7.
Antonio Johnson carries the ball.
Antonio Johnson.
Tell you what, Doug, on that play there, Okolona was pretty fortunate not to get another penalty called on him. It looked like on that previous play that the quarterback may have wanted to pull out too quick, but the referees let it go.
3rd and 8. Moore rolls to his left and skips one off the ground to a receiver up around the 35. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Actually brings up 4th.
Good job there by Water Valley. They didn't get the sack, but they forced the quarterback out of the pocket, made him get on the run, get on the defensive, and forced the bad throw there.
Water Valley should come out of this with pretty good field position.
I think for the most part all night, both teams have had relatively pretty good field position with the exception of Okolona here to start the second half.
Gets the kick off. Oh, man. That didn't go very far, about 10 yards.
Actually, the punt is actually measured from the line of scrimmage, so actually it's going to be about a 9 to 10 yard punt.
And that gives the Blue Devils the ball 1st and 10 at the 25.
Now, Doug, you got to capitalize here if you're Water Valley on offense. When you get the football on your opponent's 25-yard line, 1st and 10, you've got to come away with some points somehow.
You better punch that ticket. Straight ahead. Allen wrapped up and thrown back.
Desmond Ware on the tackle. K.J. Evans.
I tell you that the middle of that field behind those linebackers, Doug, is wide open. If you can somehow get somebody in the seam on some kind of a post route toward the middle of the field, you should have a pretty good play. I don't know if you can see it here, but just look at the middle of the field, and the defensive backs and safeties are walked up.
Johnson cuts it upfield, takes the ball loose, but they're going to call it down.
Tell you, that's twice Antonio's fumbled it. Now he's got to do a lot better job. If he's going to tuck it and run it, which that's fine, that's okay. He's got great athletic ability. But if he's going to tuck it and run it, Doug, he has got to do a better job of protecting the football.
3rd down now and about 4.
The last thing you need to do here is turn this thing over when you're deep in your opponent's territory.
Johnson and Hawkins in the ball game at your wideouts. Gillard and Allen in the backfield. Give it to Rico.
Demar carries the ball for
Rico takes it down inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line, where it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 3.
Now, this is about the 3rd time tonight now Water Valley's chosen to go for it on 4th and 3. Now the first 2 times they came up empty, and now I think Water Valley's going to call a timeout.
Timeout Blue Devils, and we'll be back. You're watching Blue Devil football.
Doug, well, we were talking there in the break, number 65, Harris, is in for Matt Jackson.
And that 65 is Danny Harris. They give it to Gillard. Gillard off the left side. Gillard still on his feet. Finally dragged down about the 11-yard line, and that should be enough for a first down.
Dion James on the tackle.
Ball resting on the 11-yard line. First and 10, Blue Devils. Johnson on the carry.
Johnson carries the ball.
Takes it down. Going to be inside to 5. Looks like to about the 3.
Now, Water Valley can pick up a first down without scoring. If they can get it down to about the 1 or just outside the 1, they can get a first down.
Second and 2. 3:04 and counting left in the third period of play. Pitch it back to Rico Gillard. Rico Gillard cuts it up and he scores. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
That's a good job there by Antonio on the option play. Made the right reads, put a good pitch out there for Rico, and really put Rico out there one-on-one with defensive back, and Rico made a pretty good move there and was able to get in the end zone. But the Water Valley did what they had to do there, Doug. When you get the football in the position that they had it, you've got to come away with points, and that's exactly what they did.
Dickey on for the extra point now, out of the hold of Langdon. Kick is up. Dickey delivers, and it's 14-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. And we'll be back with the kickoff. You're watching Blue Devil football. Derek Croy set to kick it off for the Blue Devils here with 2:47 to go in the third period of play. Blue Devils up now 14-0. The last time the Blue Devils and the Chieftains played was back in 1994. The Chieftains came in with at Water Valley. This was I believe it was a 17-game winning streak, and the Blue Devils broke it. Beat the Chieftains 17-12. Oh, straight up to about to 27, and he's hammered by Shannon Crow. First and 10 Chieftains now from the 28-yard line. Man in motion. Go to the first man through. Ooh, and he is popped. Mark Neely, and I believe it may have been a fumble on the play. There's a wrestle for the ball back there.
The referee said Okolona recovered, but you're right, the ball came loose. One thing I've noticed tonight now, when Okolona puts that back in motion, they generally run the option, and they run it toward the motion. They run it in the direction with the motion back.
Second down and 12. Ball resting on about the 26-yard line. Full house backfield, one man in motion, out to the right. Loose football under it, and he is dropped for a big loss all the way back to the 15-yard line on a broken play.
Well, that time they sent the back in motion, Doug, and they ran the opposite side of the motion, but a poor pitch, and it's going to turn out to be a tremendous loss now here for Okolona, bringing up a third down and 25 maybe.
Something in that vicinity. It's going to be third down and a long way to go. One man in motion. Back to pass. Under pressure. And there was nowhere for him to go but out of bounds, as he's run out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. And you could see him spike the ball as he ran out of bounds. He was frustrated.
It's just frustrated. And Doug, he actually had a receiver open. Now, it wouldn't have been enough for the first down. Antonio had pretty good coverage on him, but he actually had a receiver. But the problem was he was under so much pressure, he never could get his feet set to throw the football, so he was forced out of bounds. And like you said, he's really, really frustrated. And it gets frustrating for a quarterback when you're trying to pass the ball and you're taking hits constantly, and you get a little bit tired of it.
James gets the kick off. Pierre Allen going to catch it at about the 49, looking for some running room. Gets the corner. Down the far sideline, there's a penalty marker. He's finally knocked out of bounds down around about the 25, but there's a penalty marker on the play.
That's probably going to come back. I didn't see the play, but it's generally thrown in that area where you get an illegal block.
Illegal block in the back by the Blue Devils. So that's going to come back. Water Valley still should get pretty good field position out of it.
That's twice tonight, too. Pierre's had two real good returns. One would have been for a touchdown because of the penalty. But that's twice tonight. Water Valley's had pretty good success on returning the punts, but yet penalties are killing them.
Penalty against Water Valley.
Mark the penalty off, and the Blue Devils will start with the ball at the Okolona Chieftain 36-yard line. 1st and 10. Pitch it back to Rico Gillard. He was looking for some place to cut, but there was nobody there. There was penetration in the backfield by Moore. Tackled at the 40. 2nd down now and about 14.
Yeah, that was good defense against the option, and maybe if Antonio had to do it again, he may just let the dive back take it. It's all about making the right reads, and sometimes, there's been times tonight where he's made the right reads. There's been times tonight where, he didn't.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter of play with your score. The Water Valley Blue Devils 14, the Okolona Chieftains nothing, and we'll be back with the 4th quarter of play after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. Second down now and about 14 for the Blue Devils. Johnson back to pass. Has Charlie Edwards wide open, and he dropped it.
Tried to catch it, tried to run with it, Doug, before he caught it.
He was definitely open.
And probably would have scored. This kind of goes back to what we said at the beginning of the game. Execution, concentration, and focus.
3rd down and 14 now. Johnson rolls, passes, and that's a fumble.
There's a fumble on the play.
Pierre Allen had the, well, now let's see, what are they going to call?
Well, there's a penalty flag down, Doug, and in all likelihood, it's going to be holding against Water Valley. Okolona probably will decline the penalty and take the football at their own 40. They're ruling it a fumble. Now, I don't believe they're ruling him down. I think they're ruling it's a fumble, but they'll decline this penalty and take the ball.
Chieftains have the ball now. 1st and 10, going back the opposite direction. At their own 40. .42 to go in the contest. 14-0 your score.
Got an official timeout.
And we'll take a break and be back with you. This is Blue Devil football. .11:42 left in the contest.
Coach Drury went on ahead and called the timeout for Water Valley. So.
Yeah, it was what was an official timeout turned into a Water Valley timeout now. So he's out there talking to his defense. The Chieftains will have it first and 10 at their own 40. Coming back in the opposite direction. Trailing 14-0 with 11:42 to go. Overall, basically just a sloppy game played by both teams.
And I think that's what Coach Drury is telling the defense right now. And one of the hardest things as a coach, Doug, is when you're coming off a big win such as last week, and you're emotionally not as intense as you were the previous week. You're not executing well, and it's a challenge to a coach to get your players to come out with the same kind of attitude and enthusiasm. And I think that's what he's trying to relay. He's trying to light some kind of a spark for this defense.
Little or no gain on the play, actually about a loss of a yard.
And actually, in my opinion, I think the Devil defense has come out in the second half and has played a little bit more aggressive.
Well, one player in particular I've noticed that has looked like he's had actually more life than I've probably seen him have all season long, and that's Josh Sims.
Right.
Josh's been all over the field tonight.
And with Matt Jackson hurt, you're going to have somebody step up and make plays in his place, and you're right, Josh has done that.
Quarterback, Russell Phillips hot on his heels, intercepted. Brandon Hawkins back down the far sideline, still on his feet. Finally knocked out of bounds down inside the 10.
Probably an ill-advised pass by Okolona's quarterback, but there again, he is under the heat. He's running for his life back there, and he's a right-handed quarterback, so when a right-handed quarterback rolls to his left, it makes that throw even harder, and his footwork can't get set because he's under so much pressure, and it forces him to make a bad throw, and you see the result.
First and goal from the 5. Blue Devils go to the full house backfield, and let's see, Okolona calls their last time out of the half. We'll take a break and we'll be back. You're watching Blue Devil football. (14-0) in favor of the Blue Devils. Blue Devils with the ball, first and goal from the 5. After the interception return by Brandon Hawkins.
Now, Doug, you're here, and you've got 10:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Still a lot of football left to be played, but if you can punch one in here and go up 21-0, you could pretty much have Okolona up against the ropes.
Full house backfield. Give it to Rico Gillard. Touchdown, Blue Devils. And that makes Rico's 3rd TD of the evening.
Well, that's twice tonight now. Water Valley's been able to capitalize on some mistakes from Okolona. One was the bad punt where they got the ball on the 25-yard line of Okolona, and now the interception set up by the good interception return, and they've been able to capitalize on both of them.
Dickey delivers with the extra point, and Drake's 3 of 3. It's 21-0. Blue Devils, we'll be back with the kickoff after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. Derek Croy will kick it off for the Blue Devils. Back deep to receive for Okolona. Number 3, number 11, and number 1. And here comes the kick. Coy gets a foot in it. Drives it deep back to about the 5. Picked up by number 11, looking for running room. And he is tackled.
He returns the ball to
That was Charlie Edwards, and couldn't see the other one, but it was Charlie Edwards I know was involved in it.
I think maybe Albert Horton was in on that tackle too, Doug.
First and 10 Okolona now from their own 25-yard line. First and 10 Okolona. Straight up the middle. Not a lot there.
Leon James carries the ball.
Takes it up to about the 28. Second down and 8 now. Confusion in the backfield, and Moore's running for his life again.
Another good tackle there by Charlie.
Edwards.
One thing about Charlie, Doug, we know earlier in the year, Charlie was doing a pretty good job from that defensive position of getting in the backfield and having an opportunity to make the play in the backfield, but yet he kept coming up a little bit short on and missing the tackle. But he's done a real good job tonight of getting back there and making the tackle, which is a huge difference. Now, you know, there again, that's a tremendous loss, and it puts Okolona way back, third down in the, you know, about 20.
Third down now and about 20 for the Chieftains. Sends a man in motion. Quick pass intended for 41. It's complete, but there's little or no gain on the play. Call it fourth down now and about 4:20. Once again, Okolona forced to kick from deep within their own territory.
It actually looked like they were considering about going for it, but that's not a very smart move there. You know, if you're out here at midfield, down 21-0 on fourth down, then you might seriously consider it. But this deep in your own territory, you got to punt it.
Here, Allen gets another shot at the punt return. And he's going to get his hands on this one. He drops it. Able to pick it up, though, and he's tackled at the 45-yard line of the Blue Devils. First and 10 Blue Devils from the 46-yard line.
But Water Valley's up now 21-0 with 7:59 now to go in the game. And then right here, you just kind of want to eat some clock up here and burn some time.
Johnson in the ball game is a wide out, along with Brandon Hawkins, Gillard, and Allen in the backfield. 7:59 to go. 21-0 your score in favor of the Blue Devils. Allen on the option. Johnson on the option. Takes it up to about the 49.
Tackle made by K.J. Evans and Lewis DeFord.
Second down now and about 7. Johnson and Hawkins. Langham and Allen in the backfield. They give it to Pierre Allen. Pierre Allen looking for running room. Takes it inside the 50 to the 49 of the Chieftains. Excuse me. third down and 7 left. A little or no gain on the play. Well, no, wait a minute. Now that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. Straight ahead to Pierre Allen. Allen's going to get first down yardage as he takes it down inside the 45 to the 44.
That's a good job by Pierre there, Doug. Hit the hole hard, and he had both hands on the football.
First and 10 Blue Devils. Johnson looking for running room, and he is caught and dropped for a loss. Back in Blue Devil territory.
Man, what penetration by Okolona's defense. Okolona's still bringing it defensively. They're down 21-0, but they're still out there getting after it. That's a huge loss there. That's going to bring up 3rd and long now, I think, or maybe 2nd and long.
Second down and about 17. Johnson back to pass. Had his receiver open and he threw it to the outside. Johnson was looking inside.
The receiver's covered by Rob Elliott.
Well, that's a good mistake to make. If you're going to miss, you want to miss to the outside where the coverage on the inside doesn't have a chance at intercepting it. Just a little bit overthrown.
It's 3rd down now and about 16. Johnson. Oh, goodness, right in and out of the hands of Brandon Hawkins. He was open, coming across on the slot. That's going to bring up 4th there at about 16. Blue Devils forced into a punting situation here. Ball resting on their own 49-yard line. Edwards gets off a good one. Taking it about the 15. He's looking for running room. And tackle there. Nice tackle by Shannon Crow.
That's real good coverage there by the punt team. Returner tried to get over here to the sideline. Water Valley did a real good job of contain. Had one missed tackle, but because you had good backside pursuit there, or opposite field pursuit on the return, they was able to finish up and make the tackle. And really, Doug, if you think back now, at the beginning of the second half, Okolona has not had any field position at all. Water Valley has done a good job of forcing Okolona to have to start with the ball deep in their own territory.
First and 10, Okolona at their own 14-yard line. New quarterback in, number 11.
Tell you, in the second half, and a lot of it has to do, Doug, with the defense of Water Valley coming out and playing hard in the second half. But Okolona just has not looked comfortable on offense in the second half. They were playing with a lot more confidence and had a lot more success at running the ball in the first half. But here in the second half, they've just looked confused. They just hadn't looked like everybody was on the same page.
Straight ahead goes the quarterback.
Barr carries the ball again. He carries it out across the 20.
He was tackled by Pierre Allen. 4:12 and counting.
Brings it out to the 26. That brings up third down. Here we go.
3rd and 3 now for the Chieftains. Straight ahead goes the runner.
Carries the ball again.
Stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24, but that's enough for first down yardage.
And, you know, if you're Water Valley on defense, you know, with 3:45 to go, you still don't want to get, you know, even up 21-0, you think, well, you know, we pretty much got this game in hand. But, you know, you don't want to give up no touchdown because, you know, your defense, you want your defense to pitch the shutout.
Straight up through the middle. Little or no gain on the play.
And keep this in mind, too. Okolona has no timeouts. They used all their timeouts already, so the only way they can stop the clock is incomplete passes or running out of bounds or getting first downs.
2nd and 19. Excuse me, 2nd and 9. Straight up the middle, and he is wrapped up.
And we're seeing some substitutions here on defense too. Seeing some younger players getting in. One sticks out in my mind, right? Number 6, Gerardo Roberson. He's in the game. 33 Buford's in the game. So Coach Drury's doing some substituting here late in the game, which is probably a good idea because you don't want to risk anybody getting hurt. He's kind of playing a little bit of a mix here.
Barr's pass to Ambrose Walters incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
4th down, 9-8. And he gets a kickoff. And they're going to let it roll. And it's going to be down inside the Blue Devil.
Well, for one reason, Doug, the reason why it got to roll is Pierre was late getting on the field, and he was the deep man.
2:05 left to go in the contest. Blue Devil football at their own 34-yard line.
Chickasaw County tag, 980 CHS.
Looks like we're going to have some pretty much wholesale substitutions on the offensive line. Well, the entire offense, period.
Number 2, Jason Langdon comes in to run the offense. Gerardo Roberson and Brock Langham in the backfield. They give it to Roberson. Roberson's still on his feet, struggling forward. Takes it up to about the 35.
Tackle was made by Desmond Ware. Number 7, Gentry Moore in on the tackle there.
2nd down, 9-8. Roberson tackled after a little or no gain. Takes it up to about the 37. Call it 3rd down now and 7. Roberson up through the middle, takes it up across the 40 to the 42. Well, they mark it now back at the 40. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 3. With 31 seconds left.
And Doug, they may just take the delay of game penalty here. Should be about 5, maybe 4 or 5 seconds. Well, they're blowing it dead now. I think Water Valley called timeout.
Timeout, Blue Devils. We'll take a timeout and we'll be right back. You're watching Blue Devil football. Edwards back in punt formation on a 4th and 4. Gets it off. It hit
him.
a free ball. Water Valley picks it up. And it's going to be down at the spot the Blue Devils picked it up at, I believe.
Right. Yeah, and I'm going to try to explain this, and I'm not 100% sure that I'm right. But the ball definitely hit the Okolona return man, but he never caught it. In other words, he never had possession. Therefore, that's ruled as a muff. And you cannot advance a muffed punt the way I understand it. Now, if he'd have caught it and then fumbled it, in other words, if he'd had possession and then fumbled it on the return, you can advance a fumble, but you cannot advance a muff punt. That's the way I understand the rule. Now, whether or not that's going to be the case, we'll see.
Water Valley has the ball with it resting on the 24-yard line. 3 seconds remain.
Yeah, this will be the last play of the game.
Langdon hands it off, and that's the end of the ball game. And your final score is the Water Valley Blue Devils 21, your Okolona Chieftains 0.